Yeah, it's time we start talking about running. Hey guys, what's going on? Steven here, the Husky Runner, and today we're going to talk about our running goals and some of the running videos we have coming up. Last week we filmed the video talking about our weight loss goals and the weight loss series we have coming up monthly. Today, it's time we start talking about running. But before we talk about our running goals for the future and some of the series we have coming up for this channel, let's kind of dive into my past when it comes to running. When I was younger, I was never a fan of running. I never ran more than I needed to. And when I say more than I needed to, more than what gym class required or more than what basketball practice required of me. I never went home and I never just decided to lace up the old shoes and go for a jog. That was never on my mind. Running was always the last thing that I wanted to do. And that was pretty much my thought train through all of high school. I just never ran unless I was, kind of forced to. That all changed though kind of suddenly when I was in college. Yes, I was overweight and I was looking for ways to lose weight, and for some reason running was the thing that I thought of. I thought, well, you know what? I see a lot of people who are in shape running. Maybe, let's start running. And the loop in my neighborhood was like a perfect half mile at the time, and I just knew that I needed to do those a few times and I should be good to go, right? And through that process of kind of forcing myself initially to start running because I thought that's what I needed to do, I developed kind of a passion for it. It's something now that I kind of want to do. It's weird to think, even still being overweight, that running is something that I want to do. And I look back when I was younger and how I never wanted to run to now when I look forward to running. It's crazy how you change. So when I was in college, I was running that loop, and I really started to think about running more as a lifestyle than something I was being forced to do and something that I needed to do. And I started looking into running footwear, and I kind of fell into the whole minimalist camp, and I was, pretty hardcore minimalist running footwear guy for a while. I ran in all sorts of Vibrams, and then when I really started to get serious about running, and when I first started making this channel, if you go back to some of my first videos, I was running in the New Balance Minimus Road, and I was just all about zero drop, minimal stack height, minimal cushioning. I need to strengthen my feet and legs and all of that good stuff. And I kind of kept that train of thought through all of my initial videos when it came to running. And then, we talk about my foot often in the last few videos, but then, I got hurt. So fast forward to now, and I've got to wear these guys. These are my custom insoles that we have been waiting on and talking about the last few videos. And I've had these for about a week, and I've been kind of low key with these. I haven't been really walking or running at all in these. I've just been breaking them in by wearing them to work and in my everyday shoes. But I was able to actually wear these for the 2-mile trail race with my kids, and guys, it worked. I didn't have any of that pain that I normally have in my foot when I wore these. The issue I have with these is though this heel cup is really wide and it doesn't fit in all my shoes very well, and it's also a little wide in the forefoot, which I could get that trimmed down, and I plan on that, but the heel is an issue. It doesn't really fit my current trail running shoes, which are the Innovate Trail Talon 250s. If you remember, I had a little series on YouTube 2 years ago about picking my next trail shoe, and these are the shoes I ended up with because they were low stack height, minimal cushion. They reminded me of a minimal shoe that, that's what I was running in, before I bought these. Everything was like minimalist footwear, and these kind of gave me that feel. I had a lot of ground feel with these, and which was great. However, the lack of cushion and all the rocks in PA, I noticed I was getting a lot of foot fatigue, and then add on the fact that this doesn't want to slide in there very well, made me start to look for some other shoes. And I've been wanting a pair of the Ultra Olympus or Temp 2.0s to add, that thicker stack height, that more cushioned, but I found these at my local Ross for $39.99. the Nike Terra Kiger 5s. These remind me a lot of the Trail Talons. However, what I do really like about these, the React foam up front is super cushioned, but yet still responsive. It's a little bit thicker stack height, so it does give me a little more, plush ride than what I'm used to. And when I have to take those breaks and walk, the Nike Air Pocket in the heel is super comfortable. This midsole material is nice and squishy and soft, and my insole fits in this shoe really well. So what I think, I'm still interested in the Ultras for a more cushioned, thicker shoe, but these might be replacing the Innovates as my nimble, lighter trail option. And these will probably be what I'll be wearing mostly now when I have to wear the insole, which I'm going to be wearing these as much as I can for a while before I decide to try to run without these. But these fit great, so this is going to be my go-to trail shoe, and I wore these with the insole for that 2-mile race, and guys, I loved it. I mean, it was only 2 miles, but it was the first time I've been running in 2 years, even though I was with my kids. I felt good in these, and I'm pumped to have these, especially for $40. When it comes to road running, I was primarily running in my Bedrock sandals, but the last few videos a few years ago, you would have noticed I picked up a new pair of running shoes, and that was the Ultra Escalantes. This is the 1.0. Since then, they've come out with the 1.5s, the Racers, and I think the 2s are coming out or are out. But these honestly have less than 30 miles in them before I got hurt when I was wearing my sandals and stopped running. So I will be using these. However, the Ultra Ego foam is a very responsive midsole material, and I'm looking for something that's a more plush, cushioned ride as I kind of get back into all of this. So I picked up a pair of these. The Hoka One One Clifton 7s. These are some thick boys. I've never had a shoe with a stack height this thick, but guys, I'm super excited. These are going to be the main shoes that I run starting out with. Now I'm going to save the Ultras. Those are going to be, once I build up to being able to run tempo days and run some, speedier things, I'll probably wear those. However, the Hoka One One Clifton 7s are going to be my main shoe for road to kind of just build back up. I'm super excited to try these out, and you can actually probably expect a review on these shoes once I get going into these. And I see a lot of reviews on the Clifton 7s. They're a newer shoe, but there's still a ton of reviews out there. However, every reviewer I've seen, they've been sub 200 pounds. So I'm going to do a review of a thick boy wearing these thick boys and how this EVA holds up to so much weight and pressure being put on it by a big dude, and see how long we can get out of these. I don't want this EVA to just totally compress underfoot because I'm such a big guy after a shorter amount of time. But we'll see. So expect a review on these. But these will be the shoes that I'll primarily be running in my next series coming up, which is a Couch to 5K series. I'll be using my Garmin 245 Music, and I will be downloading a Garmin Coach to this and using their training program to go from not running at all to running a 5K. However long their training program is will be however long the series is. But before we get to that series, I plan on wearing my insoles for 2 weeks. I've only had them for a week, and I've only been wearing my insoles to work and when I've ran out and gone shopping or gone out to eat or what have you. But for the next 2 weeks, I want to wear them walking to continue to break them in, and I'm going to walk where I would be running. So I'm going to add a lot more walking into my daily routine, kind of break them in, get used to wearing those going longer distances, and get used to some of the newer shoes that I have, walking in them, kind of breaking them in as well before we start hitting the pavement and really going for that Couch to 5K. So I'll probably do an update video on that and how that went before we get to the Couch to 5K series. But for our first big series, it will be that Couch to 5K. I'm really excited for that. The ultimate goal is still 0 to ultras, and we're still there, still being able to run 0, basically starting over to ultimately running an ultra marathon. That is still the ultimate goal. However, that's not going to be the name of all the series. That could be the overarching theme, but I'm going to have a lot more smaller series kind of based in that. So this first one is Couch to 5K, then after that we'll shoot for a 10K or a half marathon distance and just go from there. Again though, dreaming big, dreaming of that ultra marathon, and maybe one day a belt buckle, who knows? But we're gonna start with couch to 5K. So I'll get ahead of ourselves, and I'm really excited to bring that to you guys and kind of even review, some of these Garmin coaches for you. I tried to find and research like which Garmin coach is the best, and I haven't really found a ton of info for a Garmin coach for a beginner. So you know what? We might have that too. So guys, that was just a quick update on running and where I'm at, what I've been using, what I will be using, and a quick look at our next series and a little bit beyond that. Guys, I'm sorry for another talking head video. I know, I promised running content and I haven't quite delivered on that fully yet. It's just been a lot of me talking to you, but there's a lot to update you guys on. And honestly, I just want to take it slow. As much as I want to get out there and start running again, I don't want to injure myself. I don't want my foot to start hurting again. And so I would rather take it slow and get to the content and produce that well than to just start throwing things out there and then get hurt and have to stop making these videos. I enjoy making them. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. If you enjoy this video or are excited for the content that's coming up with the new series and everything that's going on, please hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. I mean, you know the drill. Links are below too for social media. I'd love to hang out with you guys there on Instagram or Strava. If you're looking for a Strava group to join, I've got the Husky Runners. Link is below as well. And I will see you guys in the next one. As always, love ya. See ya.